Library. And I know that there were probably very many of you that were here, a few months ago maybe, and when we wanted to share how we started our journey with the Free Little Library. I have a first hour class where students are focusing and honing in on their academic skills. And most of the students come in 2 or 3 times a week. But I have a group of students here that are in there every day, and I wanted to give them the opportunity to do something extra to provide their skills and put towards a service to their community. And myself being the reading and English teacher, I had suggested something called the Free Little Library. So if you have seen them before, they kind of look like, they almost look like birdhouses. And you'll see them in front of people's yards. I think North Cape School has one, I believe. And the reason I know this is not because I've actually seen it at North Cape, but they actually have a website that you can go to, and you type in your location or your zip code, and it'll show you all of the free little libraries in your area that are close to you. So, and you are welcome to go to any one of them. The library that we have outside of our school today we put a bench out in front. It is a place for you to look for a book that you might be interested in. And the concept is, if you take a book, please share one of your own to share with the next person who comes along to the Free Little Library. So I wanted to start with some thank yous first, because it really did take a village of people that helped in making this a reality. So the first thing that I wanted to do is I wanted to thank administration and the school board for supporting the students along the way, for encouraging them, and for backing us up whenever we needed it. Mrs. Grunenberg, if you have, how many of you saw it when you pulled in today or when you walked in? It's beautiful, isn't it? She took, and I don't know how many students actually helped. Was it just you kids that actually painted it in art class? And they probably over a couple of months in their free time actually painting it with her guidance. Mr. Bob Welch, our custodian, for at the very last minute building the planter that surrounds the raised planter. We were intending to put it in the ground, but he thought it would be better if it's raised, since the salt trucks as they go through the winter might kill the plants in the spring. Mrs. Niermeyer and Eater's Nursery for donating the plants that are in the planter. Our office staff for always providing information and assistance to you kids whenever you needed it throughout the year. My husband, he built the post, and that is a post that is 4 feet deep and will probably outlast all of us. It was a little bit of an effort, but we got it in there with the help of Mr. Craig Hebron, who was his trusty little sidekick that came out here quickly when there was no way I was going to dig that hole and help that man. He showed up, and the two of them got the job done. And actually, it was right after that last snowstorm we had, that surprise snowstorm. So there was still snow on the ground when we were digging that hole. And then especially to all of the families and the students who donated money so that we raised enough to actually purchase the library. And to all of you for allowing us the time and hopefully your time to share and enjoy reading and sharing the books in this library. Lastly, to our students for their hard work, their passion, their dedication. They took this idea and they ran with it. So I'd like to pass it on to the students.
Hi, my name is Ryan. That's Mason. That's Jack. That's Trista. That's Gabe, and that's Sonia. We would like to thank you all for joining us in celebrating the opening of Raymond School's very own Freeman Book Library.
This process was arduous but extremely rewarding. In the end, we got it done and are still thrilled to share this with our community. The first thing we did was raise money to buy all the supplies we would need. The second step in the process was buying the mini book library. The third step was presenting it to the school board to get it approved by them. The fourth step was painting it. It is currently completely painted. The fifth step was putting it in the ground, writing a press release, and getting a bench for people to relax and choose their next book. Now we are at the final step, presenting it to you. We hope to bring more education and learning for years to come. And please remember, if you take a book, leave a book for people to enjoy.
If able, in a few moments, join us outside, otherwise it will be live streamed on your screen for your convenience. Please join us in a few words to formally dedicate the library to the school and town of Raymond. This is for all of us.
Please feel free to join us if you want to. If you want to avoid the element, I don't know if it's raining, it is live streamed. Boys, make sure you grab an umbrella just in case, okay?
They're saying that hearing the sound as well.
Grab your umbrellas. Just in case, you can lay them on the ground out there. I'll hold the door for you. Mr. Shall I make sure they hold up until everybody's joined in?
Yep. Let's give everybody a chance to come out, okay?
Yep, okay. Is this still streaming? People inside can see me right now? Oh, hi. I didn't know that. Oh.
Is this our crowd?
We should have created a dance so like they wouldn't be so lonely there. There's like, I think there's more. You guys, why don't we create a dance so they're not like just looking at us stand here?
We got more.
I thought I was a forward, but I'm not.
Ready for next time? We'll discuss it later.
Still seeing you in the cafeteria?
It hasn't come up yet, but if we don't, we'll just upload the video.
Okay.
I thought Ty went home.
I did too. He's taking pictures for us. All right, now because it's being live streamed, you're going to have to be very loud so they can hear you, especially if they're watching you in the classrooms, okay?
And there's also all that noise.
And there's lots of that noise over there. All right, take it away.
Whereas one of the most successful ways to improve the reading level and literacy skills of children is to increase their access to books, especially at home and school.
Whereas the Little Free Library is a nonprofit organization is dedicated to increasing the access of books for children and creating a connection with the community by helping people around the world to start and maintain a Little Free Library book exchanges.
And whereas since the late Todd H. Bull created the Little Free Library Book Exchange and placed it in his Hudson, Wisconsin front yard in 2009. There are now tens of thousands of these libraries worldwide, including number 80929 in Raymond School, offering residents a chance to take a book and leave a book.
Therefore, the creators of the mini library of Raymond School do hereby proclaim this week's Little Free Library Week and encourage all residents to take a book and leave a book to enrich their lives as well as the young readers in Raymond School.
All we're happy to announce that Raymond School's mini library is now open for business.
Well done. The top shelf will be for young adults and adults. We're trying to keep the bottom shelf for the little kids. I realize it might not always stay that way, but these kids are 7th graders. They'll be the stewards throughout next year. Summer school students will make sure to keep the flowers watered.
I'll keep checking the books throughout the summer. But they'll be, the stewards next year, they'll be checking the books, they'll be making sure that it's protected from the elements. They'll be watering the plants when it's not the winter time. And then they'll pass the baton on to somebody else as they move on to the high school. Correct. Yep.
My daughter was in home
You guys want to wave bye?
You'll find it. I'll upload a picture of them. So I think.
All right. Thank you for joining us for our dedication.